Is it that whole topic of technology still they don't understand it?
I think they understand it. So one of the fascinating things that we find is that, as I mentioned, a good number of our clients explicitly say do not use AI in translation, and those same companies will gladly say, "Oh, we use AI every day for other parts of their business, right? Whether it's who knows what." So it's not that. That they're anti-technologists, that they're Luddites or anything like that. The other fascinating thing that we find a lot of those same clients are happy to say, yeah, we use like Google Translate. I get an email from France or something like that. I'll feed it into Google Translate to see what it says. So again, they're not fundamentally averse to using technology. It is because of the big risk factors that exist in that space.
Yeah.
And what's always curious to me is, the risk factors really, they're a little different, but they're the same as with human translations, right? Quality has always been subjective. It has always been, this person thinks it's a great translation, this person hates it and wants to rewrite the whole thing just because it's Wednesday and I'm not having a
That's
good
right.
day,
That's
right?
right. That's right. Yeah.
Um, so it's never been really figured out, and even the traditional translation quality metrics that people were, you know, building methodologies around and reporting on as if it was, you know, carved in stone by Moses kind of thing. It was all just made up
That's
essentially,
right.
and
Yeah.
and
You just reminded me. Years ago, I came to the industry by accident, similar to what you did. And I was working for this company out of a small province in New Brunswick in Canada. And you mentioned earlier, like, because it's Wednesday, we got to rewrite everything. So this individual was in charge of marking or revising other people's work. And anytime that work has been done, then we send it to that individual. It comes back all marked red. They hate the work. And many translators, these are translators, they're not satisfactory to her. So the boss, the owner of the company, got mad one time. So he goes to the system, picks up a document who's translated by that individual himself, and then takes it back to her and say, "Would you mind revising this one?" It came back all red, but that individual,
exactly.
who's the actual one who did the work,
Yep,
that happened
that
to be
does not
Wednesday all
surprise
the
me.
time there, but
That's right. That's right. But and so now you don't have. But an additional challenge with these generative AI systems is there's no predictability to what it'll spit out, right? We just did a test internally a few days ago where two of us were both on ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever we used, um, and fed it the same questions and got partially different answers back. Not totally different, but partially different. And I think that's when it comes to translation is also hard. Yes, you can leverage translation memories, you can leverage glossaries, all of that stuff. But the differences in what you get back are random or not discernible by humans anyway. So it all looks good, it reads appropriate, and you're much more likely to miss the one sentence or the one paragraph or the three words somewhere that don't belong in there. The whole hallucination thing or it's just the algorithm did something wrong. And it might have been correct the last time, the next time it's incorrect.
that's right.